Welcome back. Today, we're diving into the fascinating rise and sharp fall of one of the most talked about pharmaceutical giants in recent years, Novo Nordisk. Once hailed as a market darling thanks to its blockbuster drugs Ozempic and Wegovy, the company's meteoric success has been followed by a dramatic slide. The big question now is, can this Danish powerhouse regain its former glory, or will competition and market challenges keep it on the back foot? Let's find out. This content is for informational purposes only and is not intended as financial advice. Always do your own research or consult a financial advisor before investing. Novo Nordisk's rapid climb and equally swift decline is remarkable, even by the volatile standards of the biopharma industry. In just a few years, the GLP-1 drug boom boosted the company's valuation by hundreds of billions of dollars, only for that value to shrink just as quickly when competition heated up and doubts over its next-generation treatments began to grow. Formed in 1989 through the merger of two Danish companies, Novo Nordisk spent decades as a large but relatively low-profile player. Although it was listed on the New York Stock Exchange, its share price had never crossed the $30 mark until 2017, when Ozempic won FDA approval for type 2 diabetes. Initially, Ozempic didn't make a huge impact on Novo's fortunes. That changed when the company began publishing evidence that semaglutide, the drug's active ingredient, also had a significant effect on body weight. In March 2021, the same month, Novo reported 68-week data for weekly 2.4 milligrams doses of semaglutide. Its share price broke through the $30 barrier. By 2020, GLP-1 sales were already up 26%. And when Wegovy, an obesity treatment based on semaglutide, received FDA approval in June 2021, the momentum strengthened further. The share price climbed past $40 around the time of approval, and just 3 years later, it peaked above $140. This surge coincided with a massive expansion in GLP-1 sales, rising from 23.4 billion Danish krone, $3.7 billion, in the first half of 2021 to 72 billion Danish krone, $11.2 billion, in the first half of 2024. Annual sales of Wegovy grew eightfold between 2022 and 2024, and in its first 5 weeks on the market, doctors prescribed as much Wegovy as they had prescribed its predecessor, Saxenda, in its first 4 years. Novo's success was so significant that it impacted Denmark's economy, boosting GDP growth, strengthening the Danish krone, and even influencing interest rates. From infrastructure projects to spikes in local food sales, the company's growth was felt nationwide. At the same time, anticipation grew for Novo's expansion into new treatment areas, including major markets like Alzheimer's disease. But behind the scenes, Novo was struggling to keep up with demand. Supply challenges began in 2021 and were worsened by production issues at a third-party facility later that year. Although U.S. supply improved in mid-2024, when the 1.7 milligrams Wegovy dose came off the shortage list in April, followed by the 0.5 milligrams and 1 milligrams doses in August, the company's share price plunged from over $140 to below $50 in just 13 months, as it faced growing pressure on two major fronts. One key driver of Novo's decline was Eli Lilly. With the approvals of Mounjaro in 2022 and Zepbound in 2023, Lilly launched direct competitors to Novo's Ozempic and Wegovy. By December 2024, results from a head-to-head trial showed that Zepbound delivered greater weight loss than Wegovy, cementing the perception that Lilly's offering had an edge. Lilly also beat Novo to the direct-to-consumer market, launching Lilly Direct in January 2024 and later lowering the cost of Zepbound vials for uninsured patients. Meanwhile, compounding pharmacies stepped in to fill the supply gap during the more than 1,000 days that semaglutide remained on the FDA's shortage list. By February 2025, Novo acknowledged that the impact from compounders was growing faster than anticipated, an issue Lilly largely avoided due to the manufacturing complexity of its own GLP-1 drug, tirzepatide. Novo is now focused on reducing the number of patients using compounded semaglutide. Analysts, however, caution that legal and regulatory action against illegal compounded products will take time and won't provide an immediate boost. The company has also shifted its marketing strategy back to emphasizing weight loss, after previously expanding messaging to include comorbidities. According to Novo executives, patients remain primarily interested in weight loss, and the company plans to use real-world data to show semaglutide's competitiveness. In May, Novo made a surprising leadership change. CEO Lars Fruergaard Jorgensen stepped down, with Maziar Mike Doustar taking the helm. This was a rare move in the company's century-long history, during which only 5 people have served as CEO. The sudden switch left some analysts wondering if deeper issues were at play. On the product front, Novo is racing to launch new options, including a higher 7.2 milligrams injectable semaglutide dose, an oral version, and next-generation candidates such as CagriSema and amycretin, both in or nearing Phase 3 trials. Still, some market watchers remain unconvinced that the pipeline contains a definitive answer to the company's competitive challenges. Novo Nordisk's story is a classic tale of rapid ascent, unprecedented demand, supply bottlenecks, and fierce competition. Whether it can reclaim its dominance with new products and a refreshed strategy, or whether rivals like Eli Lilly will keep the upper hand, remains to be seen. Thanks for watching. If you value thoughtful, data-driven market analysis, be sure to subscribe and follow along for more strategic insights. Have a company or sector you'd like us to explore next? Leave your thoughts in the comments. Until next time, stay informed, think long-term, and invest with purpose.